Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the second episode. I'm your host Darius,
And I'm Jasmine.
and in this podcast, we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything,
From our own lives to relationships and pop culture
to music, politics, sports, and movies.
and whatever else sparks our interest.
So
So,
welcome
welcome to
to the
the
We're
We're
Just
Just
Saying
Saying
podcast.
podcast. So, babe, how are you feeling this week?
So far this week has been pretty good. First day back at the young 40-hour a week job. So that's going good, but other than that, pretty good. High hopes, back from vacation, which we'll talk about a little bit later,
Yeah,
but feeling very well rested and very energetic, so I'm ready to go and ball out this week.
I'm glad you're feeling well rested.
How about you, my love? How about you?
I'm the complete opposite.
How's so?
I don't feel real rested at all.
As of this moment or in general?
we learned that we like to vacation very
Oh,
differently
for
when
sure.
it's cold outside.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yes, I think that's what we learned over the last past weekend, that we vacation differently
Mhm.
when it's cold.
It's okay. Yeah, I like to
But
be in
yeah,
the wind.
I'm tired this week, but that's okay. I mean, I'm like not like tired like I was last week before we left for vacation, but I'm still definitely tired. But I feel like the warm weather will come soon. It's cold as hell right now. This week it's like in the negatives during the day, and at night it's like even worse than that. So, but I think we be getting to some warmer weather soon. And once we get some more sunlight outside, I think I'll start to like feel more energized. So as soon as that comes, like I'll start to feel a little bit better.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know. Even with the sun today, it was still very cold.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. You felt like how my energy changed, like when it was like cloudy outside versus like when the sun comes out. I don't know. I just need the sun. Like, so when the sun is out, I just feel better about life.
Mhm. I get you. I get where you
So
come from.
yeah, so once warmer weather starts to come and like the sun starts to come out a lot more, then I think I won't feel so tired. I feel like I have like the winter blues right now. So
Okay. Nah, I feel you. I definitely get where you're coming from. I get what
yeah.
you're saying. The sun
Okay.
brings out a different energy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I'm excited to be back to work. I got a lot of stuff going on at work between this week and next week, and then um well actually the next several weeks. So yeah, like the next month I got a lot of stuff going on at work. So yeah, it'll be good. I'll be busy.
Yeah. Anything coming up?
In particular that
Yeah.
I want to talk about
That
on
you wanna
here?
that you wanna talk about and share. You don't have to. But
Oh no, I don't have anything particularly about work now that I want to share, but I just have a lot of projects coming up at work.
okay, I get you. So with that, then, would you want to just dive into our first topic?
Okay, so let's start with the update on ASAP Rocky. Just so everybody knows, we are recording on Tuesday, February 18th. So we just found out.
Yes. So these are just in. That ASAP Rocky was found not guilty.
Yes, not guilty, which we weren't surprised. We literally sat and watched it together, and I said it before they went out. I was like, I think not guilty. And I was like, what do you think? And you said the same thing.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, watching some of this case, he, even if he was guilty, if I was a juror, I would definitely still be like, I don't want to charge this dude. I don't want him to go to jail just because of some of the stuff that came out during the case. It's just like I I'm not gonna put you in jail, bro. This dude probably deserved.
You felt like the jurors probably was like, he deserved everything that happened to him.
If the jurors had my mindset, yes, like
Okay.
they should have been like, I'm not going to. We're not going to hit you with a guilty verdict because this dude is clearly a liar, clearly aggressive and trying to come off as like completely innocent. Like,
And he had ulterior
and
motives at the end of the day. That's what they probably came off.
yeah, like he lied about wanting money from ASAP Rocky. told like phone calls of like um he was telling like the defense that like the phone calls recordings they had of him were fake and AI, that he wasn't in videos where he was in the video. It's just like
He
I
was lying about a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the one thing that scared me was that it was less all white jury that ASAP Rocky had. So that kind of took a little bit of my confidence of his not guilty out a little bit, but I still thought overall he should not be guilty.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, I can see that. But I feel like I personally think like Rihanna appearing in court kind of like probably did something for the jurors. Personally, I just think so. I feel like at the end of the day, and I know me personally, if I was on that jury, and I'm black, so I guess I don't count for the white opinion, but I feel like personally, if it was me and I saw her in the audience, I would be like, she probably gonna remember my face if he be found guilty. Like, how would I feel every night knowing like
Now
Rihanna hate my guts?
I do kind of agree with you. I feel like a lot of people, like not, I can't say the jury, but I think a lot of people outside was like, how would this affect Rihanna? Like that, we don't
And
like.
her key. I mean, I guess
I
it's
don't think that
bad
was.
because I think people probably take into consideration like he's a father. He has two young boys at home, and I know we talked about it earlier that the prosecutors weren't potentially expecting him to do actual like 24 years in jail. They were gonna try. They were probably gonna give him less time if he would have been found guilty. But still, like it's time away from his kids.
Yeah, but I think the bigger question is, will this affect my Fenty Savage order? I think more people are way more
You think
worried
those
about that.
white people order? You think they use Fenty?
I would. Would you? Is that I don't use Fenty like that.
So
Does she
I
cater
do. I
to?
use Fenty Skin, like my face wash, my moisturizer is Fenty Skin. Most of my makeup, I shouldn't say all of it, but most of my makeup is Fenty, like my foundation, my primer. So yeah, I think that I mean not most, but I think her audience is more people of color than white people for sure. But I mean, there's probably some white girls out there that love them some Fenty.
I have no idea. Like I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know if white people use Fenty or not. I don't know if she even caters to the people from the Isle of Caucus. So yeah,
I think. I mean, she makes shades for everybody, so anybody could probably buy makeup, for any skin complexion. But I think she originally started her line to tailor more towards people of color, so they can have a more deeper range and like the darker skin spectrum. So that way people could find a shade that actually matched them and didn't make them look ashy or like washed out or weird. So
and that's what kind of helped her cross over into that billion area, right? Was
yeah,
when she.
yeah, definitely her makeup and then skincare line. And then of course she has a Fenty Savage, which is her lingerie slash pajamas.
You see how we started with ASAP Rocky, and now we are on Rihanna and her
Yeah, which
business.
is totally normal. I feel like that's how a lot of the jurors probably felt. It probably went down to her in their
And
brains. I'm sure they
yeah,
probably didn't say it out loud,
I'm
but
sure actually not. The more that we talk, I'm sure that's what got him his not guilty verdict
yeah.
is Rihanna.
Oh, I'm almost positive it was just ASAP Rocky, black American rapper on trial for shooting at his friend. And he has no children and no famous
I
female
think even with
partner.
I think even with the children
But I'm
and
just
no Rihanna.
right. But I'm just saying, if you take out the fact that he has a wealthy, famous female spouse, or I shouldn't call her a spouse, partner, and then
Yeah,
they
we
also
discussed that.
shared children together that are well known. I think that definitely 100% helped him.
I as we talked, and then I noticed like we supposed to be talking about ASAP Rocky, and now we are talking about Rihanna and her makeup line. Like
Yeah.
she definitely bought his freedom somehow.
I wouldn't say that.
I
I mean,
know
she probably paid most of the legal costs, but
ASAP got his own money
I
now.
know he has his own money, but
He's a fashion killer. Bang,
Yes,
bang, boom, boom,
absolutely.
pops.
Yep.
He is.
Yeah. So yes, we saw the video of him like jumping over the
Yeah.
what was that thing? Like what is the like the little divider thing?
See, the churchy in me wants to come out and call it a pew, but it's not
I
a
don't know,
pew.
like little gates or something.
But it wasn't even a gate because
Or
it
is it
was
like the bench?
yeah, it was like it was the divider between where the lawyers sit and where the the people in the gallery sit. He and it because like the doors are in the middle, but he was more on like this side.
Okay, and then he jumped over, and who did he hug? Was it Rihanna or his mama?
So they're saying it's Rihanna. He jumped over it to hug Rihanna. Which, by the way, case aside, the most unserious court, like actual court space I've ever seen in any trial I've ever watched. The judge would have shut down so much of the cheering, so much of him jumping over the thing. Like there was no decorum in that
I
courtroom.
think at the end, though, the judge probably didn't care because it's like, okay, he's been found not guilty. It's not like they were like, he was found guilty and then he jumped over. Like he about to now belong to the state of California. So he's not guilty. So this is a free man. Like at this point, what you gonna tell him to do? Not celebrate his freedom, not be grateful that he gets to go home tonight and be with his family?
Well, I bring that up because a lot of cases that I've seen some not guilty calls, and a lot of times what happens is people will be like, yeah, and the judge will shut them and say, well, we will have no more outbursts in my court. And then once they thank the jury and send them on their way, the judge will say some other stuff,
And then get
and
out.
then people will like celebrate. Like they'll cry while standing because they got that, but they not jumping into the crowd and mosh pitting Rihanna. Which don't get me wrong, if I was on trial and you was standing, I'm jumping in your arms like Titanic style.
If you were found not guilty,
If I was found not guilty.
I probably wouldn't be there. But
You should be happy. You got your partner coming back.
I mean, if
to
I
help
guess
you
if
with
I
them
knew
two
that
kids.
if I knew that you were not guilty, then yeah, I'd be there. But if you on trial and I don't know if you did it or not, I might just watch it at home on my phone like everybody else.
You need to find out if you got that second babysitter or not.
The second babysitter.
Yeah, because if I go to jail, now you got these two kids you got to raise with nannies and stuff. 'Cause in this situation, you got like
with
Rihanna
Rihanna.
money,
Okay.
so you got that. But you could save a couple dollars if daddy around. All right, so moving on, we are fresh off vacation. We've literally been back for a little over a day. We've both actually gone back to work, but yeah. I mean, people can tell with your vacation braids.
Yep, got the vacation braids. Yeah, so we just got back from vacation. We went to San Antonio, Texas. We went for Valentine's Day / our 2-year anniversary. So it was a nice weekend, babe. Did you enjoy the cold weather for Texas, which I was really upset about?
It was cold for Texas. It wasn't that bad though.
It wasn't cold for us, but for somebody who's wanting to go on vacation when it's cold in Chicago, I was expecting it to be, which it was the week before. The week before we went, it was in the 80s. The day we landed, which was Thursday, it was 40 something degrees outside and super windy, and it was like sprinkling rain or something like that. And then the same thing on Friday.
That wasn't
Yeah,
Thursday.
it was raining a little bit Thursday night. Remember when we were like walking around on this river walk? It was raining a little bit because it was raining on our way home.
Was it
Thursday night?
Okay. I might.
I have video footage of us coming back from the Pearl. Remember, I was like with the wind because we were listening to Drake and Party. Remember that?
That wasn't till Friday.
Oh, that was Friday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wrong night, y'all. Sorry.
See, all right. The gaslighting is crazy.
That's gaslighting, or was it just confusion? I literally admitted that I had the wrong night.
Oh, okay.
It's not gaslighting.
It took a while. Lying. I don't know. Anyway.
Wow. Okay.
So the thing is I can't remember Thursday.
So Thursday, let me tell y'all what happened. So when we went to Puerto Rico in October, we did not get a rental car. So our last 2 vacations that we've been on, or the 2 vacations before that. So we went to um Kentucky first because we did the Mammoth Caves with the kids. We got a rental car. We drove. So we had a car the whole time that we were there. We went to Minnesota in August to Mall of America. We got a rental car because we drove up there and we had the car the whole time. When we went to Puerto Rico, it was in October. It was like 90 degrees every day. We were really close to everything, or we could Uber because Ubers were super cheap. They were like $6 or $7 to go wherever we wanted to. So we just walked or we Ubered everywhere. It was perfect. We went to San Antonio. We were like, okay, we'll just Uber or we will walk. We took our first Uber from the airport to a restaurant because we couldn't get into our Airbnb yet because the lady would not let us check in until 3 o'clock. So we took that Uber. That Uber was $30-something, and I was like,
we took one Uber.
Then we're gonna have to steal Uber from the restaurant to the Airbnb, and that's gonna be another 30-something. I was like, we spending $60 for one day. I was like, maybe we should just rent a car. So I went on Enterprise, and since I rent from Enterprise a lot for rental cars, like traveling and stuff like that, I had a lot of points. So we actually ended up getting a rental car for the whole weekend for $55. It was perfect because normally it costs us like almost $400 to get a car for 4 days, and it was only $55. It was super cheap, so we couldn't pass up on it. We did have a little bit of trouble at Enterprise picking the car up and dropping that motherfucker off, but
dropping it off was the worst. But we'll get to
that. Yeah. So, anyways, we ended up getting a rental car that we only used twice or like 3 times. We used it the first day we had it, and I made you use it Sunday.
We used it the first day we had it to get pretty food. Much just drive to the Airbnb. Then we went out to get food.
Yeah.
And then that was
we went to like some of that sketchy area to get that chicken. The chicken was good, but we went to like some sketchy area in San Antonio to get some chicken. It was like in the back somewhere. You had, I don't know, it was weird. Anyways, we went there and then we went to a grocery store that was like walking distance from our Airbnb to get groceries so we could have some snacks and drinks.
Yeah. And that was it was a small little grocery store. You don't like, first of all, I found out you don't like my chip preferences either. So that's a whole different thing. But yeah, and that was one of the 3 times I think we used the car.
Right. We took it from the rental place to
the Airbnb.
Then we took the Airbnb, or we took the car to go get food that night. And then the next day, we walked to breakfast. We walked around the river walk, and then we walked back. We took a nap. Then we got ready for dinner, and we took the car to the Pearl Brewery. The Pearl Brewery.
If y'all leave comments on this, let me know if she sound like Glorilla when she say that. Pearl Brewery.
Pearl Brewery. The R is whooping my ass in this word. Anyways, it's because it's too many R's together. Anyways, so we went there and this was actually Valentine's Day that we took the car to the Pearl Brewery. So we took the car that night to get dinner. Where we messed up also is that we forgot that it was Valentine's Day weekend, so we should have made reservations for restaurants like a couple weeks back where we did not, and I kind of knew as soon as we landed. I was like, damn, we kind of fucked up. We should have made reservations because our Uber driver from the restaurant to Enterprise was amazing. Yeah, so we kind of messed up. We should have made reservations ahead of time, but we did not. So on Valentine's Day, we were trying to go around to a bunch of different restaurants to figure out where we were going to be able to eat dinner. While we were over there, they had a ton of restaurants over there, but a lot of them were really packed. They had like a long wait time, or they weren't taking anymore. And of course, all like the little bar seating areas were all packed too. So we ended up going to, what was it called? Down on Grayson's. Okay. I knew it started with a G. Okay. So yeah, so we ended up going to this restaurant called Down on Grayson's, which is actually super cute. I wonder if we can figure out how to add like some video and stuff like that of our trip to this episode. Okay, cool. So we can add some clips from our vacation, probably like maybe at the end of the video, for everybody to check out, so that y'all can kind of see some of the restaurants that we went to. So we ended up going to this restaurant called Down on Grayson's. It was super cute. The menu was okay because we ordered Parmesan
Yeah,
fries, like the Parmesan fries, and
they gave us
they
loose.
came with shredded Parmesan. I've never had a shredded Parmesan
It wasn't.
that was cold, not even melted on my
Yeah,
fries. So it was like the fries.
and that was the problem. Is they gave us just loose, fresh out the bag, Kraft Parmesan. Didn't let it melt. Just put
Matter of
it.
fact, the texture, I don't even think it was Parmesan cheese. Now that I'm thinking about it, it felt like more like mozzarella because I know I cook with a lot of Parmesan cheese, and even the shredded ones is usually a little stiffer. That was like really flimsy, like a I don't know what kind of cheese it was, but it wasn't what I was. It wasn't my normal
I'm
Parmesan
with you.
fries that I've had.
My biggest complaint is because it's like let the cheese like because now I gotta use my fry as a scooper so I can get some Parmesan on there. What is this?
Yeah, it was hard work. Then the cheese was falling everywhere, and then you had like the garlic underneath. So it was like the fries, and then they put like the garlic on there, and then they put like just shredded cheese on top. So it was really weird. I liked the fries. I know you didn't like the fries because they were the shoestring
Yeah,
fries,
shoestring
but I
fry.
liked the fries. I just didn't like how they put the Parmesan on there. But what gets me, our waiter was so nice the whole time. He was like really helpful, giving us, telling us what he liked on the menu, referring us drinks and, different appetizers and meals to choose from, and telling us kind of like what to stay away from and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but what ended up happening? You want to tell them the story, baby? You want me?
I would tell.
Because
Well,
I misunderstood what was going on. So maybe you should tell.
okay. So we had our food at this point,
Yeah,
right?
we were
Okay.
we were sitting down eating.
So we have our food at this point. We having a good time. We just talking, vibing, and everything. Our waiter comes back to check in with us, and then at the end of checking in, he also just goes into this speech. Now his speech is something like this: "Hey, just so you guys know, there's no smoking uh, out here. And if you are going to smoke, blow it up, or blow the smoke up in the air. Pretty much is what he was saying. This is the thing.
Wait, before you do that, I missed all of this. I heard him come over and say something about a customer had a complaint about
Oh yeah,
smoking. Because I was like, so we're sitting at our table, we are eating, and I'm watching. So this is our table here. It's another table right like on the side of us. Like this is our table, this is another table right here, and then there's another table here. So like it's 1, 2, 3. So we're sitting here. This couple is here, and then there's 3 people sitting at this table in the front. So I'm watching the one girl, she's facing this way, facing the same that we are, and her boyfriend or whoever was facing the other way. They both got their vapes out, they both vaping. And the girl, right, she's one who she made like a big cloud. And I watched it because I'm like sitting there we talking and eating, and I'm just watching as the whole cloud comes back onto the couple that's sitting behind them and like breaks on them. And I didn't think anything of it because I was just like, oh damn, they just out here smoking. So then our waiter comes to us and he says something about people complaining about smoking. So I was like, oh yeah, I definitely saw it. Knowing that he was talking about us.
So you're right, because I forgot to bring up the important part was there was a customer complaint, and then he starts talking to us about smoking and what we would or what we should and should not do. Now this is the thing. She over here just nodding.
Just like, you're right.
You
I'm
right.
just having a conversation with him.
She does not get people. She doesn't get the accusation. It's for us. That people are complaining about us smoking.
And then so that's when I got confused. So then I'm asking him, I'm like, so did these people, and I'm pointing because I'm mad at this point. So these people over here just said that we were smoking and we were blowing. I said, when the girl right there in the red, and I said it loud enough for everybody here. The girl right there in the red is the one with a vape in her hand smoking.
She did.
I said, and you over here talking to us? I'm confused. I said, sir, we are not smoking at this table. Nobody at this table is smoking. That lady over there and that dude right there, they all got their little vape pens out. They all over there smoking. So I was like,
that was the funny thing is because you did point and tell. She did the. It was him, Your Honor. You did the point.
Like you at the wrong table.
And I do like that you did turn up a little bit, but at the same time, 5 seconds earlier, you agreed with this man talking about this. You know what? I would complain about the smoking too.
Because it threw me off. I thought he was coming over to us to kind of like vent. Because we had been having like this back and forth kind of like.
So why would he come to us to vent?
I don't know.
Friend,
But he kind of kept giving us that vibe. So that's why I was like, okay, maybe he just came over to be like, oh, that couple over there was complaining about the other couple. So I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, they definitely shouldn't be smoking.
And you think he came?
And then all of a sudden you were like, well, we ain't smoking. And I was like, oh, wait, the complaint was about us. I'm like, no, sir, where do you see smoke?
So hold on one second. So you thought like he came over to like, do you guys want to join in on the complaint about the customer?
Yes, I thought maybe he was coming over to ask us, like, did you see them smoking or something like that? Like, because I did. I was like, yeah. I before I even knew that he was talking, that he was accusing us of being the ones that were smoking.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I saw them over there smoking. They're vapes. Before he, and then when you caught on, and I was like, oh, you're accusing, and I'm like, no, not over here, not today. I was like, so you just pointed out the one black couple that was here and assumed that we were just over here just smoking up the place. No, and mind you, we were outside, so that was the most important part. We were outside, so it wasn't bothering me that those people were over there vaping. I think it bothered the couple behind them more because the smoke clouds were hitting the guy.
Yeah, like while they were eating, and like, and I can get that. It's like, you eating your food and a vape cloud just come right by you,
right, while you taking a bite. Yeah.
So I get that.
I get why they were upset, but it was just really weird that of everybody that was out there, we weren't like, even if we were out there vaping, it wouldn't have gone in that direction. No. Everything would have gone behind us. So the fact that he came specifically to us, it really threw the vibe off. I was like, man, he was such a good waiter, and now you just kind of threw the whole night away, right?
I ain't gonna say all that. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and just be like, somebody just said a general area, and there was three people there. Now, like I said, there was 3 people there. He did come to us, but I still want to try to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though we gave no vibes that we were smoking or vaping or anything.
And I think also I'm mad at the couple that was getting hit with the vape clouds, because they could have literally said it came from that table. That's all the fuck they had to do. Somebody, instead of saying somebody's out here smoking, you could have just said that table right in front of us is smoking. Can you tell them to stop?
I will tell you this.
Instead of being so goddamn vague.
I've been watching you just point your fingers at this cup. I would never do a crime in front of you. I know you just gonna point. You gonna do that. You just did
only when it's not people of color.
She did a gun point. Did y'all see that? She said, bang.
Only when it's not people of color. If it's not, if that was with some black people, then I'd be like, look, it wasn't us. And I would have just left it at that. I wouldn't have pointed my fingers at anybody else. But those people were not people of color, and they were also, we were the only black people out there at that point, right? No, we don't count the black man with the white girl.
No, I'm not counting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, San Antonio, y'all got some things to explain, because I've seen more black men with white women or non-black women than anything. There was a couple of us out there coupled up, but no. Boy, y'all got some explaining to do, because don't leave our sisters hanging, brothers.
They like what they like, I guess.
I'm all for that, but don't leave our sisters hanging, brother. I've been lost. I found my way back.
I was about to say, you got a whole child to answer for then.
I've been lost. I found my way back.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So let's finish with So what did we do after?
So the first full day that we were there, we did the Alamo. So that was cool. We went into the church. I like the little history lesson about like what the people were doing inside the church during the attack on the Alamo. I did find it interesting, and I did want to say we said it while we were doing the tour of the Alamo and while we did the Ripley's Believe It or Not, that I'm going to need my museums and I'm going to need these historical exhibits to change the word collect or found or discovered to stole or steal.
No.
You did not collect something that belonged to somebody else. You did not discover items from somewhere. You stole these items or these artifacts from somebody's culture or somebody's country. Like it didn't belong to you. Like in the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum that we walked through, like he kept saying like, "Oh, I went to this country and collected this." Nigga, you stole. Just say you stole. Just change it to steal.
Well, for the Ripleys, they could have gave it to him as a collection. I will say, because I am with you on that for the Alamo, but the winner gets to write the placard. And
Yes.
so on that placard, they get to say,
When Texas joined the United States of America. No, nigga, when we forced Texas to join the United States, we pretty much said join or we're gonna take it. So they joined.
Yeah. But you get to do that when you win. You get to be like, because Texas was Spanish and Mexican, territory. And then now y'all part of the United States. Now y'all part of the United States. And when you write this in the history book, y'all gave us this land.
You joined us happily.
Yes. No, even though, like I said, there was the Battle of the Alamo, but it was interesting. We also went to Ripley's and we went to the Wax Museum,
which was terrible.
It was
real bad.
Who was it? Louis? What was the name?
Louis Tarrant. Louis Tarrant. Yeah. Wax Museum, I think is what it was called. But it was bad. Taylor Swift was right at the front. So is Beyonce. They looked terrible. It was really bad. The Kevin Hart one was horrible.
They got Serena on a sick day.
Oh, Serena Williams looked bad too.
She was down bad,
good, y'all. It wasn't good at all. But they did have Harry Potter, so I enjoyed that one. That one wasn't too bad. And then we had in the basement they had like the horror section, which you were a little scared of. It's okay. He had me lead through the whole thing when we were down there.
First of all,
he had me go first through everything, y'all. I just want y'all to know that.
I've explained.
He was like, I'm like waiting for him to go, and he just like, you can go, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta go into these dark rooms first.
No. I explained it to you that I wasn't scared. I was just unprepared to do a scary walkthrough. That's all. It had nothing to do with being scared. I was just unprepared.
It wasn't fear. It was preparation.
I wasn't prepared. That's all.
I agree.
So that
I got your back. He was unprepared. I'm sorry, y'all. Take all that out. Wrap it up. He wasn't scared. He was unprepared. It was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
It was a surprise.
It was.
I said it.
It was a wax house. What wax house has a scary part of the basement tour thing?
I think most of them should. I thought it was pretty cool. My favorite part was the Jeepers Creepers. And then you have that video of us going through where the bodies are like hanging down. Yeah, that part was cool too. Yeah. So that was pretty much our first day. The first full day. Because the first day we got there, we went to a restaurant because we had to waste time. And then it was kind of just like a chill day. And then the second day we got up, we went to this restaurant called Domingo. We ended up missing brunch because it ended at 11 and we got there at like 11, like right at 11:30, right?
What was this, Friday?
Friday when we went to Domingo the first time. So we went to Domingo twice. It was really good. It's cute because it has like a little indoor area and then it's like the outdoor seating is like right on the river walk. So it's really cute out there. The first day we ate on the inside and then we walked around the river walk. We got to see the Love Lock Bridge, which I forgot was there, so we weren't prepared
Oh,
for
so
that.
you knew that was going to be
I
there?
knew about the Love Lock Bridge. I
Oh,
just forgot that it was in San Antonio.
okay.
Otherwise, if I would have, I should have did more research on this trip before I went, because then we could have ordered a lock before we went down there.
I get it. Because I thought it was pretty cool, but I've only heard about the one in France. Paris, France. So when I came across that, that was a complete surprise. Like I said, I thought it was pretty dope. And even when we got closer and read it, and some of them locks was from the 70s and 80s. Like, oh shit, that's pretty dope. And I just thought about it now, but some of them couples ain't together no more.
I hope. I mean, I don't know. It's supposed to be good luck. You lock your love in,
So I
right?
get
Once you
that,
put it
but
on
we
there.
got unlocked.
Maybe, yeah. So that was our first day. The second day was Saturday. What do we do, babe?
So we went back to Domingos to
For
actually have
brunch.
their brunch. And then that's actually when so this was the day where you started off a little grumpy because wasn't no sun and
Yeah,
it's
I
all
wasn't in a good mood. Because it
cold.
was raining too on our way to Domingo the second
Was it
time.
raining?
Yeah, that morning we were walking. Because I was wearing my dress. So it was like a little misty that morning.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember because when we got to Domingo, I made a reservation for us that day for brunch. And I asked the lady when we were on our way outside, I was like, so what do y'all do if we go outside and we get rained on? Can we come back in? And then she said, if there's room. So.
Is that was her answer?
Yes.
If there's room, if not, then
well, obviously, if there's no tables available, then we all got to stay outside. But then she said a lot of the areas had like cover, so
right.
we would be okay. Mm-hmm. But it did end up raining a lot, so
it didn't, or did
it did not?
I was gonna say, girl, it did not rain. It drizzled a little bit.
It still was sprinkling.
But I know
it's like a mist.
I'm saying, but I thought you said a lot.
No, I'm saying it.
It didn't rain a lot.
Yeah, it did not rain a lot. It just rained a little bit. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So it started off a little grumpy, but then you picked up.
And we walked the whole river walk.
But the sun came out.
It
so
did.
you were a lot happier when that sun came out.
Yes, because I was not cold anymore. It was cold.
It was not cold.
It was very cold in the morning when we were walking.
Very nice.
And this is where we discovered that we like to vacation differently, because some people like to, act like they homeless, and some of us like to. Or no, let me take that back. I apologize. Not homeless. Some of us like to act like we vacationing unemployed, and some of us like to act like we're vacationing employed. Because I want a vacation like I got some money, so I don't want to have to walk every fucking where.
Everything was in walking distance.
I know that, but I still don't want to have to walk.
No, but everything's in walking distance, and when you're walking and you're on vacation, you get to really explore the city more, see more things than you would if you were driving.
Sure, whatever. I guess maybe, or you could just drive where you gotta go, park, and then get out.
But then you wouldn't come across like some of the restaurants that we found. We probably wouldn't have seen, because guess what? We would have drove right past it looking for this particular restaurant that we looked up.
No, I was looking at stuff while we were driving around. So I will say the only thing that I agree with you on is that we could not drive the river walk. Obviously, the river walk had to be walked that day, so there was no way of getting around it. We were gonna have to walk it, and it was a lot. It was a lot more to walk than I originally anticipated, but it was beautiful. Everything that we did was very beautiful that day, and then we did the boat ride too. So we get to learn a little bit more about the river walk and about San Antonio, a little bit about the history. So it was really pretty. They have a mall over there, so we got a lot of cute pictures over there. They have a lot of good restaurants out there. How did you feel about the food?
The food was okay.
I agree.
Like I said,
on a scale of 1 to 10,
I believe I gave it an 8.
That's too high.
And you gave it a 6.
Did I give it a 6?
I think you might have went down to 5. You might have went down.
It was a 5. It wasn't that good.
I know you were 5 and 6.
I was hungry a lot.
But I will say that. But a lot of it too, like the one time, the one place we went where I got some wings, I was very hungry, so that tasted a lot better than it was. And then the first day, I was hungry, so those wings tasted good too.
So the food that I did like, I'll go with the food I did like, then you can go with the food that you did like. So the food that I did like, our very first restaurant that we went to, the tacos, those street tacos were fucking good. They were so
Oh
good.
yeah.
Street tacos were good. And then I did like the chicken that we had that night too from that restaurant. I don't know how you felt about yours, but I had that OG sauce.
Oh yeah.
And OG, and you know I don't like wet wings. So but it was kind of like a glaze. Like a barbecue glaze or something. It kind of reminded me of mild sauce. That was really good. And then I really loved my coffee at Box Street, the Box Street restaurant that we had on Sunday before we left. That coffee was amazing. It was the Biscoff cookie butter, like a latte almost. It was so good. Um what else? What else stood out to me? I think that was it. I think everything else is just like okay.
Mhm. I was gonna
Because
say
our little steaks that we had, the little chimichurri steaks,
from the Graysons,
yeah, from Grayson's, that was okay.
that was good.
I think I take that back. So the chimichurri sauce was really good. So the steaks were good because we took them home and we both ate our leftovers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, yeah. So everything was good. It wasn't great, and it was just a lot of it was like a lot of Hispanic food. I wanted to try to di- differentiate my food palette.
The options. You wanted more options because that's
Yeah,
how I felt like every restaurant on the Riverwalk had the same
they,
exact menu. It
they
was
just
like
called it.
nachos, tacos, you can get quesadilla. Like everything was the same. And I was just like, damn,
It was the same thing.
nobody is gonna try and be different. Like nobody. And then they had pizza. Like you can get the San Antonio pizza and that shit looked disgusting.
But we probably should have tried though, just because it would have been different.
No,
Maybe,
I didn't want
maybe
to
it
waste my
was.
money.
I get you, but maybe it was pretty good because, like you said, a lot of the places served the same food. It was just a different name.
hmm
It's just like, oh, you can have cheese bread, or we go somewhere else, or you can have a quesadilla.
Right.
Like what? Like
Yeah, because even the last day that we were there, we went to the Gavel, and my nachos was not good. They weren't good at all. But I don't know if that's because we took too long to pick up our food
yeah.
because we had such a hard time dropping the Enterprise car off,
Ooh, you want to get into that?
or no, not yet.
All right.
So I don't know if that was the reason why, or if it was just not good. So I don't know.
I would. I probably say like it was probably just a little bit of both though too. Because once like if the nachos aren't like fresh and they ain't reheated nachos, you know.
Yeah, reheated nachos. Yeah. So let's see what else. Oh, and then we partied that night. So we did end up getting dinner Saturday night, which I didn't end up eating because I didn't like the service at the restaurant that we ended up going to. I feel like the waiter, I don't know, I don't know, I just didn't like the energy there. Like once we got seated, like the fact that she took our orders and she disappeared for our drinks and then she came back to the apple. Do we get
Apple, we did order
we
appetizer.
did. So we ordered the
Chili
appetizer.
fries, yeah,
Then the appetizer came out.
before
The
the drinks.
chili, yeah, before we ever got our drinks. It was almost like a 10-minute gap between our appetizers coming out and us ordering the appetizers. And we had ordered the drinks before the appetizers. And then the appetizer came out. And it was like another 10 minutes before our drinks came out. So I remember at one point I was going to say, like, don't give us the drinks. Just give us the bill so we can get out of
Oh,
here.
really?
Remember?
I
But
remember.
then she ended up bringing us the drinks, and then that's when you were like, then you ended up ordering the wings. You asked me, do I want anything? I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want them bringing me anything else because then did we ask the girl for straws or did she bringing
Forks.
us? Okay, so they brought us chili cheese fries,
She
no
said,
utensils, and she was like, I'm gonna go get y'all some utensils. And this is a different girl who brought us the food, and then she walked away.
well, she went away. She said she was gonna go bring us the forks. She told us. She said, "I'm gonna get you guys some forks." Then she walked away, and it looked like she was looking for forks.
And then she just forgot.
And then she never came
And then she
back.
forgot. So we see her like walking all around. So I'm just like, excuse me, can you please bring us some utensils So she brings us the utensils. Mind you, we still not gotten our drinks.
We had our drinks. Yeah, we had our drinks. The drinks that came.
Okay, so I guess our drinks had come.
The
drinks were water, by the way. So this place was called Prost. It was like, yeah, it was something in alchemy. So it kind of gave me like, oh, y'all gonna have like these really cool drinks because it has like in the name, like the O in Prost has it was a chemistry bottle.
Oh yeah,
chemistry tube thing or whatever. So I was like, okay, they're gonna have some cool drinks. It was watered down. It was a terrible drink. I don't. How was your drink?
I think it was pretty good.
Oh, mine was not good. It was terrible. I was just like,
do you remember what you ordered?
I can't remember it was a strawberry something.
Okay.
I can't remember, but it was not good at all. So I was like, it was terrible. But the place next door, Cantina something, their drinks were bomb. Or I don't know if that girl was associated with them or not. Was that when we got our boat tickets and we got those drinks and those chips?
I think she was. She could have been part of the process though too, because they were both next door to each other.
Right, and she was on the other side of the Cantina place. But I didn't know if maybe she was just like an independent little bar setup like the other girl that we went to and we got those drinks.
Right, it could have been.
I don't know. We don't know. She was over there in that location though, and no, what did we get? They were like frozen margaritas.
Yeah, frozen strawberry
margaritas.
Yeah.
They were good, y'all. They were so fucking good. They had like a tartness to it, which I love, and then they had the like a little bit of the sweetness from the strawberry. It was really good. It was a perfect drink for us to sit on the boat and like cruise around. But yeah, we went partying. We went to Coyote Ugly, which was fun. We had a good time there.
Did you have a little fun at Coyote Ugly?
Yeah. Why you said that?
Because you had a lot of fun. I think you had a lot of fun at Coyote Ugly. I won't get into details. I'm just saying you were dancing on bars.
Yes, that's the whole point of Coyote Ugly. You're supposed to dance on the bar. So yes, if we can find a video.
I probably won't post it.
We won't post a video because it's not appropriate. But
I ain't appropriate. I just like to keep that to me.
Okay. Anyways, we went to Coyote Ugly and we had a good time there. There was an upstairs bar. That's where we kind of mostly hung out because the downstairs part was pretty crowded and the music was a little different than our taste. The upstairs one kind of played like a little more hip hop R&B.
Yeah, and they were playing like a little bit of like older stuff.
The downstairs part of the Coyote Ugly bar had more. It was a different vibe down there. They played more Coyote Ugly bar music, kind of like
from the movie.
Yeah, like literally they played the song from the movie. So then the upstairs part was just a little more of a different vibe. So we kind of hung up there. It was a lot less crowded, so we were actually able to sit at the bar, which was really nice. And we hung out up there and just did, for a while. Had a couple of drinks, and then we ended up leaving, and we ended up walking around the Riverwalk a little bit more, trying to find another place to hang out. Then this lady ended up stopping us and saying like, go hang out up. It was like a 2-story club. She's like, and it's free, no entry to get in. Because it was, what was it, $10 to get into?
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, it was $10 for us to get into Coyote Ugly bar.
Was it 10 each or?
It was $5 each, so it cost us $10 altogether. Yeah. So we ended up going to that one bar, and the first floor, man, it was a lot of stairs, y'all. So
It was.
Thighs was burning. It was real
and
bad.
We had already been walking
all day. All day long. So going up them stairs was crazy. So we're kind of like the only people dancing on the first floor, right? I mean, first level of
the club bar.
Yeah. So they weren't really dancing there. So then it was like really weird and awkward. And then we saw people starting to go up to the second floor. So we ended up going up there. And then that one was more fun. We hung up there for, what was it? It was like a couple hours that we were up there, right?
Yeah, at least hour and a half too.
Yeah, so we were up there for a while too, hanging out. We were just partying. I feel like we were probably one of the older people there.
It was, but once again,
it was a lot of young people.
It was, and I think
they were all naked.
Yeah, she was very overdressed, which I'm proud of her.
It was cold, y'all. I'm not young. What you say?
Hoes don't
get cold. And I was cold, so I had on some pants and a long sleeve shirt. I had it was kind of like a little crop top, so my stomach was out a little bit, but.
And that's why I was proud.
These bitches was out in like I don't even know what you call those dresses anymore,
I
but
don't
they
know.
like the little meshy, like see-through ones, so you can pretty much see everything. They just got like a little bit of material.
Might as well be out
Hold on,
naked.
let's.
So, fellas, just be happy if your woman is out and she is cold because hoes don't get cold, and we all know this.
Yeah, it was interesting. So we ended up leaving there, and then the walk back was just horrible because I was wearing my white boots that have a heel on it. And like I said, I have been in these things all day. We left because what time was our reservation for a brunch? It was 11:30 that day.
That was it 11:30?
I think
Yeah.
so. So we ended up leaving around like 11:15. So like from 11:15 to 2 a.m. to 2 a.m. minus like what we took like an hour and a
I was
half
saying,
break,
yeah,
like
we
a 2 hour
came.
break.
We came. Yeah, we
It
came
was from
back to
like
the
5 to 7. We took like I took a nap. I needed a nap, y'all. So we went back to the apartment so I could take a nap, and then we ended up getting dressed and then going out to party and eat dinner. So yeah, so I've been on my feet for that whole time minus 2 hours. So that walk back was horrible. I was in a bad mood, and I ended up having to take my shoes off for like the last little block.
So you did take them off?
Yeah,
I
remember
remember
I
you
ended up
being
taking
scared
them
for
off?
glass and
Yeah, I
stuff.
was scared I was gonna step on glass, so I took it off like right before we got to like that part where we could cross to get where the apartment building was.
Oh,
Yeah, so I ended up taking it off at the last minute. Even then, that didn't help. My feet were just so sore, so sore. So yeah, it was a fun day. Um, and then there's Sunday where we had a hard time trying to find a place to go eat breakfast because we really just wanted regular breakfast with like pancakes.
yeah. Okay, yeah, that's when we went to
And Domingo
Gavel.
didn't have it, and then we went to Gavel, which on their website it said breakfast and
Oh
lunch.
yeah.
It said
7.
breakfast and lunch from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then we got there and they said actually breakfast ends at 11 and then lunch is from 11 to 2. And we got there around like 11:30. So it's kind of like the same thing with
All right, we
Domingo.
had
We
just
had
missed that.
just missed it. And the bad part about it is that we specifically picked to leave at 11 o'clock. So we were like, cool, it don't end until 2. We'll wait till 11. It was like a not even 5 minute walk from our apartment. So um, yeah, we ended up going to Box Street, which was an hour wait. So we ended up just hanging out at the park. Then we ate breakfast,
We was listening
which
to we was at a brunch spot. Like the grass walls, Beyonce,
yeah, Destiny Child. They playing
Destiny's
all the
Child.
music for a brunch spot. And then the food just wasn't good to me.
You didn't like them?
My eggs were good and my turkey sausage or my chicken sausage was good, but remember I showed you my French toast.
Oh yeah.
Y'all, the French toast was bread. It was just bread, and then they put, because I got the strawberry cheesecake French toast. They put like the cream cheese mixture underneath, and then they put the pieces of bread on top, and then they put like a strawberry, like I don't know what to call it,
I'm just I'm just
like a
thinking.
strawberry drizzle, and then they put like sliced strawberries on top, and then powdered sugar. It was regular fucking bread.
I'm
There
just
was
thinking.
no egg batter dip involved. I'm like, I can guarantee you they didn't actually grill the bread. It was just baked bread, which I'm like, I've never had French toast like that in my life. That's not French toast.
So they forgot the French in your toast.
I don't know, but it wasn't good. It
Oh,
was it was no.
okay. Well, mine,
Your food looked good though.
and it was good. I'm just very glad they didn't put the mushroom in there. I can't remember what it is that I ordered though.
You ordered like a scramble, even though it wasn't
Yeah, it wasn't mixed.
scrambled together,
Yeah,
but it still looked good. Like his hash browns looked perfect.
yeah, they were nice and crunchy, and as
Yes,
I
how
just
just how I like them.
so, yeah, they were the perfect hash browns that you would have liked. But yeah, it just they weren't scrambled in together. Like it was a bowl, and it wasn't scrambled, but so I just had to mix it myself. But it was hitting. They did give me that spicy sauce, which was just like, why would I eat this with that? If anything, that was the worst part of it was because I wanted to try it with the sauce, but the sauce was just too spicy. But they did make a very strong drink. Just real quick aside, restaurants. when y'all give us men to drink, can y'all please put them in some manly looking glasses? And I know it sounds tedious for you, but just help our ego a little bit. When I got this
The
little,
bartender don't know that you are a man when they out there making the drinks.
I get that, but and I should have been, but I didn't expect what kind of glass it was gonna come in. But I should have just said like, and can you put that in a regular cup?
Or you could just not order it then. So let me tell y'all something that I learned about my boyfriend a while ago, and it was on full display while we were on vacation. He does not look at what the drinks are. He just goes off of a name.
Yes.
And I could predict every single time. I'm like, I know exactly what he gonna order because I see the name, and I'm like, he gonna see this name, and he gonna be like, ooh, that sound good, and then he gonna pick it. And every single time he did it, and I was right. We even played the game before we even went to Box Street. I was like, I'm gonna look at the drink menu, and I'm gonna text you what I think you gonna pick. I said, don't look at the text, and then you look at the menu, and I picked mimosas first because I knew you wanted to have mimosas with breakfast. But my second one was, what was it?
I can't think. It was a cool
It
name.
was like Spring Bling or some
Yeah,
shit.
Spring Fling.
Spring Fling. And I was like, he gonna fucking pick Spring Fling because he think that sound cool. And yes, he picked Spring Bling. And then he didn't even know it was in the drink.
No.
I'm like, so tell me what's in the drink. Because that other drink that you ordered, you were like, oh, I didn't even know all this was in there. And I said, yeah, I looked at it and I was like, I don't want this because it was too much alcohol for me. And when we were, I think it was when we were at Domingo.
Oh, was that really? No, no, because Domingo. Didn't I get a? I think I got a mule the second time, right?
I'm talking about your first drink that you got.
At Domingo?
Mhm.
No, well, because that was the one they didn't fill the cup all the way up. Remember? They like put the ice cube
Yeah,
in
because
it.
it was really strong. Remember?
It was really strong.
That's what I
which
said.
was,
When I looked at it, I was like, they got a bunch of different alcohols. And you were like looking at things like, I didn't even know all this was in there. And I said, yeah, that's why I didn't
girl.
want it. Because I saw that they had like tequila, vodka, rum, gin. Like it had all of these. I'm like, I don't want any. I don't want that in my system. So yeah.
You know the drink I'm thinking about is when we were at that one place where they were what would they had the live band, and I had that one drink with all the alcohols in it, and it was just sweet. Like you didn't taste all the alcohol up in there.
What was that, on the bean? The oyster?
Yeah, on the
bar?
band, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the place that I started thinking about because that was like that's one that I did know like dang, this got a lot of stuff up in it,
Mhm.
and you didn't taste it, and I was like, this is gonna sneak up on me later.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So then, yeah, that was our last day. What else did we end up doing? No, because that day was kind of a chill day for
Yeah,
us.
that
So
was
we
a
just
chill
kind of had
day.
like a little relaxing day.
Right, until we had to return the car.
Yes. So then we decided, because we tried to go to Galvo for breakfast, but like I said, we missed breakfast time. So we ended up going to Box Street to get brunch. And then we ended up going back to our Airbnb and just hanging out for most of the day. And we knew we needed to drop the car off at 9. So we decided that we were going to order dinner from the Gavel and then drop the car off because it was like a 10-minute walk from the Enterprise back to the Airbnb. And then like I said, Gavel was like less than a 5-minute walk from our Airbnb. So it was like on the way. It was on the same street, which is St. Mary's. So we were going to drop the car off and then just walk the 12 minutes to the Gavel and then walk back across the street to our Airbnb. So
that's what we thought.
When the lady gave us our car, she was like, drop it off on Sunday. It's after hours, so we will be closed. She was like, this is where you're going to drop off the keys. She was just make sure that you take the car and like park it all the way to the back of the parking lot, as far back as you can go. Cool. So we get there to the Enterprise, and on Sunday night at like 7:30, we can't get into the goddamn parking lot because all of the cars that were previously dropped off are blocking the entrance. So like somebody didn't pull all the way to the back. They just like parked. And then there was like 4 more cars after them, and they all parked right behind each other. So there was no way to get in there. So we drove around for like 15 minutes while I'm trying to call and Enterprise. Like, helpline, and they kept hanging up on me because I wasn't picking the right thing. So finally, I lied and said we got into a car accident so that somebody could talk to me. And so then the dude was like, you know, are y'all
okay?
Oh, are y'all safe? And I'm like, yeah, we safe. I'm like, look, the real problem.
Yeah, we cool.
We cool, right? But the real problem is we cannot drop this motherfucking car off because the damn entrance to the parking lot is full. Like we can't get into the parking lot because the cars are blocking it. Like, what do we do with this car? So he like just drop it off, like park it nearby somewhere, and then drop the keys off. He was like, and then just call Enterprise in the morning and let them know where you parked the car. Well, the problem is, y'all, is that they didn't open up till 7:30, and our flight left at 6:50. And you know, once you're in the air, you don't have signal. You can't call anybody. And we didn't land back in Chicago until 9 o'clock. So he decided to park the car around the corner, and I was very nervous because the sign was not specific about whether or not it was okay to park your car there all night long, and I was like stressing out, worried that they were gonna tow it. So then finally, when I did get to call them once we landed, because I did try and call in the morning before we took off, but I'm thinking that maybe like they would have like a voicemail or something I could leave like a message on, but they didn't have that.
Enterprise, so, y'all got to do better.
Yeah, so I couldn't leave them a message or anything like that. So I ended up calling them when I landed, and then it was a dude that answered, which was not the lady that we had talked to on Thursday. So he put me on hold for like 10 minutes while he went to go find the car.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I think that was a small location, so I think they might just
because I literally told him, I'm like, you should be able to see it through your fence. Like we parked like just on the other side of the parking lot. It's just around the block. Like the whole parking lot went from this side of the block to the other side of the block. And we just parked on the other side of that. So yeah, so he ended up finding the car, he ended up processing everything, and it ended up working out okay. But I was just like, how fucking ghetto that y'all don't only have one way to get into this fucking parking lot, one. And then two, that is so goddamn small. I was like, I've never rented a car from an Enterprise where the parking lot was that tiny and that there was no other places nearby to park the car. Like it was just street options. Like you could park on the street and that was it. I don't know. It was really weird. I didn't enjoy it.
It was weird. I've never returned a car to Enterprise and had to like let me go park it somewhere, some random block up the street.
Exactly.
Like most of the time they got their own. But like I think it was like you were saying, like somebody parked in the wrong spot or they parked too short. So now everybody just climbing behind them, and next thing you know, now
it's us.
Yeah,
and we can't get in. Yeah,
because I would love that car next door, but it's in your name.
It was in my name, and so I was worried. I'm like, somebody gonna tow this car. We're gonna have to pay for the car. And I was like very paranoid, y'all. Mm-hmm. So paranoid. I was like, I'm like, my insurance I already have. I'm like, I can't afford for it to go up anymore. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was it. That was our trip to San Antonio. I would definitely go back. I love the city. I thought it was beautiful. I would think I would lose a lot of weight because I probably wouldn't eat that much. So I don't know. I think I could live there.
It would. I do agree with you. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it was cold, but it was a little chilly. Like it was definitely like jacket, but I do think it's probably like a lot. It's probably a lot more crowded though too. But I would like to see what it's like, towards the, summers, probably late spring, early summer time. I would love to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I would definitely go back again for sure. So we have to plan another trip back, babe.
Mm-hmm. So we ended up leaving, and it was actually our 2-year anniversary. So, babe, so with that trip is part of our 2-year anniversary. And so with that, I believe you might have a couple of questions.
Yeah, so I wanted to do like a little 2-year anniversary quiz. So we did it last year. So last year we spent our 1-year anniversary in Chicago, and we had like a little date night that night. And we did one of these similar to that. So these won't be the exact same questions that I asked you the last time, but they'll be pretty close. So just see how well we know each other after 2 years.
The main thing is that I love you. That should just be about it.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun.
End
And
of question.
we're
I
only
know.
gonna
I
do
know.
10. That's it. So just 10 questions. So the first three are easy questions that you should be able to know.
I'm on the spot now. Let's see what I know.
All right. What is my okay? What is
Charles.
my favorite color?
Your favorite color has to be pink.
And
Ooh, we just I know we went over
I
this
wore it two
fairly
times
recently.
on vacation.
Is it green?
I wore both of my I wore
Okay,
both of my
green.
favorite colors on vacation.
Okay.
Army green. You need to be
Is
specific.
it army
It's
green?
army green. Yes.
Hmm.
It's army green or olive green, whatever you want to call it. Army or olive, whatever. And then pink, any shade of pink. So
Okay.
yes. So that is my favorite color. Your favorite color is red.
And what's my second favorite color?
You don't have a second favorite. Oh, black.
Well, damn. Okay.
Red and black. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. When is my birthday?
You want me to put that out?
Yeah, I'm not.
You
not
were
putting out my
born.
year.
I am gonna put out your year though.
I don't need you to put out my year. I
I'm-
said birthday.
Okay. You were born January 1st. No, not January 1st. My bad. January. No, my bad. January 5th, 1973.
Cool. And yours is October 9th. No hesitation. Let's see. Where did I go to college?
Okay.
I don't know. I can't. I guess we can't.
No. Okay.
Well, yeah. Do you know everywhere I went to college?
So you went to FAMU.
Freshman year.
You just told me your community college you went to, and I cannot think of the name. And then you went to Western.
Triton.
Triton was a community college.
TCC.
Okay.
Triton Community College.
Okay. And then you went to Western.
Then I went to Western.
Is there another one?
I did grad school.
Okay. Then you went to Duke.
No, I went to Western Governors.
Western Governors.
That was online.
Oh, is that all? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you think of the colleges that I went to?
You want me to name 2 you went to?
Not actually the 3.
You went to 3?
Mm-hmm.
You went to Northern for your freshman year. You went to CLD.
Mm-hmm. And
I thought you finished out at CLD because you were doing your physical therapy.
mm-hmm.
You went somewhere else physical therapy school?
SOHK.
What's that?
School of Hard Knocks.
Okay, thank you. We're done.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anyway. I can't stand you. What's my least favorite chore?
All right. Don't know, but I'm gonna just go off of things I know about you, and I'll probably say cleaning the bathroom. No. All right. Can I get one hint?
Yeah, what's the chore that I hate doing the most? The one that you complain about? Because I literally will I do it, but I don't enjoy doing it, and I don't finish this chore. It's always halfway done.
What do you not finish? What do you not finish?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's laundry.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like that one was pretty obvious. Like, I hate doing laundry.
You know what?
I will live out of a clean clothes basket. I will leave my clothes in the
Because you
dryer
don't. Yeah,
if I
you
could.
don't put your.
But it's other people in the house that have to do laundry too.
Nah,
But I hate doing laundry.
no, I want you.
So
Yeah, because you do not put your clothes
I don't put my
away.
clothes away.
Yeah. Okay. The crazy thing is, I don't know what happened. I used to do that. Like I used to live with a pile of clothes on the side of my bed. Like I could just roll over into the pile of clothes, and then somewhere just randomly, I just started like, let me put these away, and then I just like, if I do this more, I'll have more bed that I can sleep on. So that's all.
I just I've always been that way. So it's just like I keep a clean clothes hamper and a dirty
Hmm.
clothes hamper. And I'm not afraid of wrinkles. That's what God gave us a dryer for.
Or iron,
Just throw no, I don't own an iron. You just take those clothes, you throw them back in the dryer, and the dryer is magical. It
or
takes all the wrinkles out.
or you can run an iron across them as well.
The irons are for people who don't own dryers. And we own a dryer.
But you can also just use an iron too.
But we have a dryer.
What if you don't
A
want to?
working dryer.
What if you don't want to use a dryer? Anyway, we are getting off topic.
Yeah.
All right, question number 6.
Oh, you don't want me to guess which one?
Oh, what is my least favorite chore?
I don't know. I
You
want to
actually
say.
should know this. I just happen to do it all the time, but I hate
I think it's like washing dishes.
100%. And I wanted to give you that hint because even though I think I do kind of do dishes kind of a lot, I hate that with a passion. I want to buy so many paper plates and stuff.
Disposable.
Yes,
One time use. Yeah.
I will destroy the environment for that.
How tall am I?
5'2",
Wrong.
5'8".
Wrong.
So we are lying in this now. Okay,
What do you mean?
you are not. You are 5'8".
I'm 5'7" and 3/4.
Oh, we doing
That is my exact height.
5'7" and 3/4.
Yeah. I mean, you could. I guess you can round up to 5'8". I'll give it to you then. You're correct.
Okay, because it. All right. So how tall am I?
5'11".
So we are lying. So I was right. I should have stuck with
Are
5'2".
we lying?
We are definitely lying.
You're
Um,
5'11".
I am definitely not 5'11".
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm a grown man tall. That's how tall I am.
How tall are you?
I am 6 feet, 6'1" on a good day, 6'2" on a very good day.
I think when we were at
There's video proof, so you can't.
yeah, I think you were 6 feet.
Yeah,
Like 6'6" or 6'1". But I think it's really hard to tell because of your shoes.
it wasn't.
I mean, I'm not saying you had like a really thick shoe. You had on just some ones, but I feel like that gave you like an inch or a half an inch. So I don't know. We'll say 6 feet.
She don't want me to be 6 feet for whatever reason.
We'll say you're 6 feet.
No, that's why I'm telling everybody you 5'2".
Okay. Nobody would ever believe that.
But you gonna be telling people I'm 5'11". Okay, so yeah, so it's only fair I get to tell people that you are 5'2", and I tell them that you wear some 8-inch heels, but yeah, it wouldn't even need to be 6-inch heels. Actually, no, it would be 6-inch heels.
What's my favorite flavor of ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
Yeah, you just learned that. You just relearned.
No, I did. I
Sorry.
I pulled that out in quick. It wasn't like that.
No, because you forgot recently.
Did I forget?
Yeah, because when we were going to the grocery store, we were trying to get ice cream. You forgot.
A cookie and cream is your favorite? Okay. I'll take your word
You
for it.
thought I was cookie dough.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And yours is cookies and cream.
So mine's is kind of a tie.
Okay.
Can you I do love good cookies and cream, but can you name my other one?
Is it butter pecan?
No.
That's old people voice. I like butter
That's like that's like getting like French vanilla. No?
pecan. Okay. I don't know.
It's more colorful.
Like shirt?
No. You want me to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Birthday cake. Ice cream.
Okay, cool.
I literally always get birthday cake because you get cookies and cream, so I get my fill of that.
So you eat my ice cream?
Well, I haven't eaten. First of all, our ice cream.
No, mine. If
No,
somebody
no,
bought it for me, it's mine.
no. We were at the stores together when you got it, so I feel like that should make some of it mine as well.
Terrible.
It's very good logic. We were together. Yeah.
Okay, what high school did I graduate from?
Oh man, what? No, just Proviso West. Do you know the name of my high school?
I think it's Hinsdale South.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Is that correct?
that's 100% right.
There we go.
I just put some words together.
No, I knew.
See, did you? Okay, I wasn't really sure if you knew. I don't know if I say the name of my high school, but
Yeah, I knew. You went to school at Darian.
hmm I just know, like, yeah, we used to y'all school. There used to be a lot of fights, and we used to get our drugs from there. Cause it was in the hood.
Am I a morning person or a night person?
Morning. Yes. Am I a morning person or a night person?
Night.
Mm, you're correct.
You can stay up way later than me.
Yeah.
You would prefer to sleep in. I
Yes.
think. Yeah.
Yes, and that's another thing I learned.
Was that 10?
Uh,
We did favorite color. Race.
I think that's like. I think I get one more.
Ooh, what was my first job?
Oh, okay. I want to say, were you a lifeguard?
Close. I wasn't like because I
Uh,
wasn't old enough yet to be 16.
okay. You guarded the pool. Something with a pool.
Yeah, my first job was working at a swimming pool. That is absolutely correct. I was a deck attendant that was over.
Oh, deck attendant.
Yeah.
Okay, I was never gonna
So
get
like the people who like
you running. Would you tell them to stop?
no, it was kind of like we cleaned the bathrooms, like organized like all of the pool toys, like the floaties and stuff like that. We helped monitor like the kids and like the kiddie pool side and then the sandbox area and stuff like that. Yeah, and then like help out with the concession stand and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know my first job?
I don't know. I want to say it's Jewel, but I could be totally wrong.
You're very close. I had a little stint I was doing before that.
What was your first job? Was that you want me to guess one more time?
I
Was it a grocery store?
it wasn't. You want a small little hint?
Yeah.
It's not gonna. I don't know if it's gonna really be helpful, but I feel like this is also a lot of high schoolers' first job. Uh,
Yeah, it's not a restaurant, or it is a restaurant.
it is a restaurant.
Is it McDonald's?
Yeah,
Oh, come on,
that's every kid's first job. There was
that's
one.
not my first job.
Okay, my
I've
bad.
never
It
worked at
was.
McDonald's. Thank you, Jesus. Knock on wood.
It was a lot of kids' first job. Like a lot. My brother, like a lot of people was
How long were you at McDonald's?
not that long. I was there for all of maybe. Well, actually, I can't even say all of. I was there for about 2 weeks.
Okay, so that doesn't really count, but it counts.
I got
Then
paid.
did you go to Jewel after that?
Pretty much. I did a little stint at Kmart.
Oh.
I ain't wanna age myself. Did a little stint at Kmart. And then I was like, you know what? Let me get into the bag game. Um so yeah, but Jewel was like I went through that through high school and college.
Cool. All right. So that is our quiz. All right. So okay. So let's go ahead and talk about Kendrick Lamar and his Super Bowl performance. What you got to say about it, babe?
Uh, I love Kendrick's Super Bowl performance overall. Uh, I will go I will tell you all the things that I liked about it, and then I'll go into what I think he could have did better.
Okay.
But overall, I did like it. I did love it. Because I think that he, like, I love a good storytelling rap, and I think he put on a good storytelling performance. I love that he brought Samuel L. Jackson out to be play Uncle Sam, and the message that he was trying to spread of trying to be this, try to be true to himself, but also trying to give like the world or America kind of like what they wanted and stuff like that. Also like how he began his whole performance with like man, what did he say? Like something about the revolution will be televised. You got the right idea, but you chose the wrong guy, which could have been like a shot at Trump, or I personally think he was talking about like himself, like y'all don't want me to do this because I'm going to give y'all something that y'all don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I think that's kind of what he meant. I think
yeah,
he was like, "Y'all picked the right." I can't remember exactly how you
yeah, that's
worded
what I
it.
can't remember
It
how
was
you worded
like
it.
you picked the right time or wrong person or something like that. Pretty
Yeah,
much saying like, "Y'all picked me to come here, but because you thought I was gonna play the game and follow the rules,
yeah.
but actually I'm not. I'm coming here to fuck shit up."
hmm So I definitely like appreciated that. Um, Still not sure how I feel about him performing "Not Like Us." Like because I think like with the year that he had and with that helping propel his year, it's like you kind of got to do it, but at the same time, it's like it's to the demise of someone else, and you should really. Probably I would think you would want to take the time to really uh show himself more. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like I said, that's hit or miss. So the things I didn't like, well, I'm not gonna say I didn't like. The things I would have chose differently in his performance is some of the song choices. Like I know he's got his is it GNC or GNX? It's GNX, and I was saying because I think first episode I
You
said
call it
GNC.
GNC. You call
Yeah.
it the vitamin shot. So
Okay, GNX. I know he's promoting GNX and preparing to go on tour. Um, but I would have loved if he would threw in like some humble, some good kid, Mad City. Some a couple more of his earlier stuff. Like I said, the GMX album I actually do think is pretty good. And like I said, I know he's preparing to go tour that all over the states and possibly internationally. Um, but yeah, I just personally I think he should have picked like a couple other songs. I was very surprised that he performed Luther, but I also really like that song, so I was very happy that he
why were
performed
you
Luther.
surprised?
Because I feel like it was like a little bit of a slower song for him that maybe that maybe might not hit with
So what other song do
the.
you think he was gonna do with SZA? Then I guess is
Well, I knew like all the stars. Like I figured that one, and maybe they had a couple other hits. I'm not familiar with all of SZA's songs because I think they have like another song together as
they got a
well.
few songs together.
Yeah, so maybe not that one, but I don't know if they. Like I said, I don't know, but I was very happy because I really really like that song. So it's just like, yeah, that's just what's up. And then when he teased, not like us, I really thought it was just gonna be a tease, to do it, but when that man looked at that camera and was like, "Hey Drake," like that was like, okay, well, this is where we at now, and I like it, and I don't like it. How about you? What did you think of
So
it?
you did not like that? Oh wait, you say you didn't like it because you feel like it took away from him.
I like that he did it because it's also so. I like that he did it going back to that whole beef thing, where at the point in time it was just like Drake was. at one point in time, Drake was antagonizing Kendrick to drop some songs. You know, he came out with his push up songs, and then he did that other like AI song with the Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and him up in it. And in those songs, he's just antagonizing, talking about, "Oh, I ain't heard from you since." And then after that, Kendrick went on this on this road where he pretty much dropped like 3 songs after that. You know, coming back at Drake, and Not Like Us came, and it's just like that. Just kind of like, all right, bro, this battle's over. This man has killed you. And people are gonna crip walk while saying, you know, A minor, like like people crip walking to this. They were singing at the Grammy. So it's just like I like it because it was announced at the end of this battle to this man that, you know, that kind of antagonized you. Um and it was just a good way to end it. But at the same time, I do feel like it took away from Kendrick's moment to talk about for him to perform the song about Drake. You know,
Yeah, I can kind of see that. So for me, I thought it was a good way to end it. One, because Super Bowl was the ninth, right?
I can't remember.
Whatever. Yeah, I think it was the ninth.
It could have been.
Yeah. And then Drake's new album came out the 14th.
Yeah.
It's a great way. And then plus, I knew Kendrick wasn't going to do a lot of his old stuff because he just came out with this new album.
Right.
He's trying to promote the new album, and then he's getting ready to go on tour. So obviously, if you want to hear more old Kendrick plus his new stuff, you need to buy tickets and go to his concert. This is just a taste. He was giving you a taste of what to expect when he goes on tour. So I totally anticipated his performance going the way that it was. I didn't know if it was gonna go be as like political as it was, but I mean it's Kendrick Lamar, so
Right.
should we be surprised?
And that's what I actually enjoyed about it. Like I said, with the storytelling and Samuel L. Jackson, was that he actually went like deeper than just like, you know, a beef and stuff like that. He really went towards like America, like he made a American flag out of black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is like the symbolism in that, and it's just like, you know, it probably went over a lot of people's head, but it's like the symbolism and a lot of the stuff and the movements that he makes is just like this dude is might be a genius.
Yeah, and I think that that's what irritated me the most because I know the next day when I got to work, it was a lot of white people specifically that were like, they didn't understand what he was saying. It wasn't a
Yeah.
good performance. It was boring, worst performance ever, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't made. The performance wasn't family friendly. And all I kept thinking in my mind was, this halftime performance wasn't for you.
Hmm.
You needed to just sit there and be quiet. It wasn't for you. Guess what, girl? Everything don't have to be about you at the
Right.
end of the day. So you just needed to sit there and eat your snacks, take a bathroom break, whatever it is you wanted to, and then come back when the game come on. Everything ain't got to be about y'all. So that was one. Two, SZA was probably my favorite part. I love SZA to death. And then of course Serena got on there and she was sea walking. So it's
Yeah.
just
Right.
like it doesn't get any better than that. I feel like the girls stole the show personally. I thought they did amazing, but I thought it was a good performance.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. You know, I like Kendrick Lamar. Wouldn't say I'm a huge fan. 'Cause I wouldn't say I knew all of his songs, but I definitely said before like I like old Kendrick a lot more,
Hmm.
the original one. But people forget that this dude is a decorated songwriter. He won a Pulitzer Prize.
Yes,
Like
he did.
he is educated, he's smart, he's talented. He's not somebody to be taken lightly or to
Exactly.
just pass over or to criticize as being boring or not family friendly. Like that's not what he was here to do. That wasn't the purpose. That wasn't the agenda. That wasn't the assignment. And you misunderstood it when you were watching it. That was a problem. That's a you problem. That's not a Kendrick Lamar problem. So that's how I felt about it.
Nah, I'm with you. And there was one post I had seen where somebody was like, I don't really want to understand what he's saying. We need to go back to like Aerosmith. And it's like, like you said, this performance wasn't meant for you. And you don't think Aerosmith is going to be boring to a lot of other people, a lot of younger people? Like, what are they going to do to trick out the stage these like 60 and 70-year-old men? You know,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure people probably made. I mean, how serious were people expecting somebody to take that statement?
I don't think so, but it's just the fact that I've seen it. Like
Yeah.
from time to time, you see stuff online,
And
and
you're
it's
just
just
like, why?
yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
like, and you're allowed to vote. You have a voice in this world.
Yeah. No. So I'm curious to see who will be the halftime show for next year now. I'm wondering like who's gonna be big this year and get asked to perform at the next.
Glorilla.
I wouldn't be mad about that, honestly. I mean, I feel like she's really early on in her career, so I feel like it would probably be too soon for
I
her.
I don't know.
But I wouldn't be mad about seeing Glow or like a Glow, Meg, and like Lotto and
Eh,
like some of the like young.
But you know,
Well, I keep putting Meg in that crew, and Meg just turned 30. Love you, Meg. But so she not really
I was gonna
quite.
say,
Cause how
but
old is Glow?
do
Glow
you
not that
know?
old, is she?
Nah, she's like 26, 25, something like that.
Oh, she that old?
She might not. She might not be. She might be younger. I feel
Oh, okay.
like. I feel like she's gotta be like 20, 24 through 30, 26 range.
Okay.
Um, but you do know who comes with
No,
that glow camp.
no, 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 no,
They have
no.
songs
No,
together.
no, she's not. She would never get on TV. What songs would she be able to perform and get away with on TV? We don't. First of all, we're not mentioning her name on my podcast,
Get
so
it?
don't do it.
We could
Don't do it.
do.
We're not gonna mention her name on our
I'm not gonna
podcast.
say. I mean,
So, anyways, I don't think she has any songs that would be appropriate enough to perform live at a
at the
Super
Super Bowl.
Bowl without having to take out the context of 90% of the song. It would make no sense once you rewrote or bleeped out everything. So it's a no for me. But
For this particular
maybe
artist,
like the after
but
party.
not glow.
No,
Just the one particular
just that
artist
one particular
that
artist
we shall not name.
that we shall not name
Okay.
because she's not worthy. Anyways, yeah, that's how I felt.
Okay. I'm with you. I am with, especially with Rock Nation taking over. I do want to know who will be the next Super Bowl host, but we would just have to wait until the next year.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out soon. So now that we're done talking about Super Bowl, let's talk about Drake and Party's new album. What was it called? Some sexy songs.
Some sexy songs for
Yeah.
you.
So I will be 100% honest. I have only listened to it one time through, so I cannot really give my opinion on it. This is all going to be on you, babe.
Well, no, that's fine. I will say
I want to say that I'm going to listen to it because I personally need to listen to an album like 3 or 4 times before I can really like be like, oh, I really like this or I really didn't like that. So I feel like the next time to re-record, I will have a much better opinion about it.
well, I will say I still have about 3 or 4 songs to get through.
So you haven't finished the
I
album.
haven't finished the album.
So yeah, so it's on you, babe. Give me your opinion about it.
Okay. So I know I still just have a couple more songs, like literally 3 to 4 songs left to listen on it.
So you ain't finished the whole
I
album.
haven't. But what I've heard so far from each song, it's not actually a bad album. I will say for the most part, I've not been a fan of complete Drake albums. Like there's just been certain songs, single, this single, this single, this single.
There's skips when you
Yeah,
listen to them.
there's
Like
very
there's like a
skippable.
lot of skips where you
Yeah,
have to be like next song, next song, next song. And
right.
it's like, okay, this is the one I want to
For
listen to.
this particular one, um, it actually it's actually pretty good. Like there's a couple of songs, I've seen online about the Give Me Hug, but that's more of a rap. Uh, it's more of him rapping type of song. But I think it's
Have you
actually
heard it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, because I actually listened to that first, and then I went to the beginning and started from like CN Tower, which I like how it starts. CN Towers to Mothballs, and like even those like I'm gonna run them back again. But first time through, with the exception of 3 to 4 songs, it's like okay, this has is already to me. It already has like a lot of replay value. Um, the one thing I said, it to me, so far it does feel like it's more of a Drake album with party kind of thrown onto the songs.
Mhm.
But I think it's cool for a soft launch. I'm not sure yet. I'm not really getting the like because I maybe he just dropped it on Valentine's Day. Was that the do you know if that was the just part of it or if it's supposed to be a Valentine's type of album?
I don't know what you mean.
Like so, I know that because it came out on Valentine's Day. It came out
Mhm.
on Friday,
Yeah.
which was the 14th. Um, and the name of it is some sexy songs for you. But I'm not. I guess I'm not so far. I'm not seeing the sexy part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Oh,
just
you
get
mean like you
the
thought they were going to be about sex?
well, yeah, kind of, or like kind of make you feel good type of songs, or some of them just like I'm not really sure the message of some of the songs. You know what I mean? Well, not the message of some of the songs, but the message as it relates to the title of the album. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I
I know
really
you
can't
haven't.
give you an opinion because, like I said, I haven't. I need to
Mm,
listen to it several more times
mm,
before I can do that. But I will say one thing, and then I'll let you finish um wrapping it up about it. But I've been a fan of Drake since 2007. Whenever Brand New came out, I've been a fan of Aubrey Graham since Degrassi days. So listening to this album, the first song, it just reminded me of like I graduated in 2008 from high school, so it just reminded me of like senior year of high school, freshman year, college, Drake. Like went on spring break listening to Drake's album. Like it just took me back to that time. So it felt good to hear
right.
that style, that side of Drake again. So I will say that.
I get you.
So I'm anticipating that I will like this album, but like I said, I have to listen to it a couple more
I
times.
will say this. This is the first Drake album in a while since what was it? I'm not even gonna try to think of the name. This is the best one of the best even and I need to stop calling it Drake. It's Drake and Party, next door's album. But this is the best one that I've heard in a while that I actually want to go like, all right, let me go back and actually like add this song to my actual playlist. Where instead of having like a radio dictate or friends or somebody like play this song for me and like oh okay that's pretty nice I'm gonna go get it. This is actually something I will go and actually do on my own. So yeah, so far good job Drake and thank you for listening to the show. He's a fan of the pod.
Okay, cool. All right, anything else? Okay. So now that we're done talking about Drake and Party's album, let's talk about Love is Blind because that also premiered on Valentine's Day. So we were watching the episodes like during our little downtime when we got back to the Airbnb. And we did finish the first part. I don't know when the second part comes out. Is it next Friday or is
Yeah,
it?
so it looks like the episodes are coming out Friday.
So first of all, my opinion, then I'll let you give your opinion on how
Go
you
for it.
felt about the first 6 episodes all together. Netflix, you do not need no 5 fucking
Okay.
episodes.
Six episodes in the pod.
Oh, okay. Thank you for correcting me. We don't need no 6 episodes of these motherfuckers in the pods. 6 episodes? 6. You really think we needed 6 episodes of them in the pods? No. You almost lost me this season. I'm dedicated and I'm committed to finishing it, but this could very well be my last season. I could be one of those people that I might wait till like season 11 and then one day just binge watch 9, 10, and 11 if y'all keep fucking up with this season. All
Wait,
right, go ahead.
no, I am with you. Um, and not only that, because you got me into Love Is Blind. So I'm not sure how all of this is supposed to work, but I can tell you that I'm not gonna lie. There was a couple storylines I was into it, but for the most part,
It
six
was boring.
episodes. Yeah, it was 6 episodes of this stuff. It's like, and I don't know if it's Minnesota, but it's like y'all are boring.
And I was fast forwarding through a lot of that conversation
And see, that's the thing. I can't do that. So
because you want to
I will watch the full
get
episode.
the context. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about the first throuple, and that is Devin, is that his name? Yeah,
Yeah.
Devin, Virginia, and Brittany. So, what were your opinions first on him telling that story twice about his
Oh,
addiction to ibuprofen?
oh my God. So the first time, as we were watching it, I was like, oh dang, like, like or somebody like said, I was never gonna make it to the league. This will be the only time that I ever admit that. Uh but as somebody who loved to play sports, especially in high school, um, I could I can't be like that because I knew I wasn't gonna make the league. But it was like I felt for him, like, because it's like, this is his dream, this is something he loved, and who knows how long he'd been playing the game of basketball. So for him to hurt his back and him to get these pills and to be addicted to ibuprofen, which still sounds a little crazy to me,
Because you
but
can't be addicted to
yeah,
ibuprofen.
that's why that
Which
sounds crazy.
I was gonna bring up. So I did watch on TikTok that somebody brought up a thing. They were like, Was he testing them and like trading out a different type of drug
Oh, you
and
think?
just put ibuprofen instead of whatever he was actually addicted to? Because and this is I'm not a doctor, so I don't know anything. I just know that based on basically when I was pregnant, the information I learned about like ibuprofen, Tylenol, Advil, things like that. Like if you take too many, they can cause liver damage.
Right.
So taking 20 ibuprofen a day, that doesn't sound healthy. I think you max out at what, 8 or 10 or something like that. I'm not a good ibuprofen taker, so I'm not gonna lie. I do take 3 at a time. I will take 3, and then I will wait like 2 hours, and I will take 2
Oh
more.
yeah. Oh, are you addicted?
I'm not addicted, but that's just how I keep up with my pain. 'Cause I get really bad migraines. So if I
I
know
get
I'm
you.
getting a really bad migraine, like right when it starts, I'll take 3 ibuprofen, and then I'll wait like 2 hours, and I'll take 2 more, and then usually I'm good after that. I won't have to take any more. So I take 5, and again, this is not an everyday thing. This is like a once
Yeah.
a month or every 6 weeks, something like that. Whenever I get a bad migraine,
Right.
so
No, and I'm with you. Like I said, because even when he said ibuprofen initially, I was like, you can take that with anything though. Like I don't. I have never heard specifically. So now that you actually say that, it could have been something different that he was actually taking, especially for like back pain. Like I get it though. I know I've heard before of people being like getting addicted to like painkillers because if he had a back problem, especially like so maybe he just switched it out to so people don't know what he was actually addicted to.
right. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's either a different drug that he was using for pain
Yeah.
medication. I said, or I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe he was taking ibuprofen, but was he taking so many because his body was starting to build up a tolerance? So maybe he was taking like 8 a day, like taking like 2 every few hours,
Mm.
and that wasn't dulling the pain enough. So maybe he was like taking 3 every couple of hours, and he started taking 4 every couple of hours. You know what I mean? And then
It could have
before
been.
you know it, he's up to 20 ibuprofen a day. Obviously, he's not taking all 20 at the same time, but
Mm,
he ended up taking 20 in 24 hours. So,
It could,
and it just wasn't solving his problem with the pain.
I get it, but I will tell you this. The second time he told that story, it was just like, all right, bro. At this point, you just looking for like some sympathy or something. Like you're looking for some kind of validation, and you're like, and I get it.
Or
But
was he testing her to
you
see
think
who was going to respond the best?
he possibly could have been, but me as the watcher was like, all right, I've heard this story already, man.
I'm
Like,
uninterested.
yeah, like, like you had me in the first half. Now you lost me now.
And see, I was the opposite.
Were you really?
Remember when I told you you got to call me a cold hearted bitch, babe? Because he ain't had me in the first one.
No.
I was like, why are we crying? Why are we crying about this?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, because I remember
Yeah,
explaining to
you
you
told me
that this was his
you
dream.
had to
You know
go
what I
through
mean?
and break it down. Because to me, I'm just like, this story feels a little fishy.
I'm with
I don't know why you're telling
it.
me that you used to take 20 ibuprofen a day and then he started crying. And I'm just like, it felt like he was fishing for something. And it just felt manipulative to me. And then to watch him do it again, because he did it first with Brittany and then he did it a second time with Virginia. So again, Netflix, y'all are shady as hell for posting that he told that story twice.
Yes.
What you could have did was just had him tell the story once and then showed how each
both girls
responded to the story. That's what y'all should have did.
Yeah.
But you made him look bad because I can't tell which one he actually told first because he cried for both.
Yeah,
you pointed it out. You said he was wearing the same clothes, right?
Yeah, so he definitely
told it the same day.
Which is just like exactly. And it's like, all right, you just told this story, 2 hours ago. You are not still this emotional because you just told this story. Like I wouldn't talk about, what I'm saying, like, oh, I broke my arm, start crying, and then 2 hours later be like, hey, so then I broke my arm. Like
about something that happened way back when you were in high school.
And it's just like, and I just told this story.
Yeah, so I just relived the emotions. I got it out of my system. Yeah, because you know how I am. I don't tolerate tears too well.
I get that.
People sitting around crying and shit. I'm just like, It's attention seeking to me more than anything. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say that all the time. I can kind of get a feel for when somebody is genuinely upset about something versus somebody who's like attention seeking. And to me, it gave attention seeking vibes personally.
But you got that off the first time he told the story, right?
The first time.
See, the first time was cool. I got that the second time he told it because he was just as emotional as the first time. So then it's like, and then you brought up that point of, all right, yeah, he's looking for some kind of validation between these two women. And
to compare.
Yeah.
To see who he gonna pick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So these are spoilers. If you haven't watched it, oh well. This is the last part of our episode, so we can see you next time we post. If you don't want to hear it, don't forget to go to the end of the video so you can see our some of our footage from San Antonio. All right, for everybody else who did watch it, who had time over the weekend, Devin picked Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, I don't know what answer you're looking for, but I think like they did seem to vibe a little more. Hold on, I don't know. No, I don't even want to answer. I want to know. I need to know.
Why do you think Devin picked Virginia versus Brittany?
Because I was gonna say something, but it's like, oh no, he didn't get to see her.
Yeah, so, he don't know how she looks. That's what I'm saying. So he has no idea how either one of them look.
So I think there was an answer she had gave, right? Like, while he's like coaching his basketball game, she would be pregnant with kids, cooking or something like that.
Sure, maybe. I don't know. That ain't it. I think it was Brittany's answer that turned him off.
What was Brittany's answer?
Remember when he told his story, he was like, I'm going to be vulnerable with you and tell you about a time. And he told the story when he hurt his back, dig the time you both, blah, blah, blah. And then Brittany shared a vulnerable story about herself. Remember her story?
About her liking girls?
Yes. So, Brittany came out as bi, which
she didn't even say bi. She was just a little bit curious, wasn't she? Or did she come out?
She said that she has been with women before in the past, but she said when she sees her future, she sees herself being married to a man. She wants to be with a man. She obviously wants to have children and things like that, which she would have to go the heterosexual route if she wants to be able to carry the pregnancy and biologically have children with her partner versus adopting or having to do
like in vitro or something like that.
Yes. So that's where she sees her future, in heterosexual marriage. But I don't think Devin liked that. So, and also, I will say before you say anything, I'm not surprised that Brittany came out as bi. That girl had on some pink Air Force Ones and a giraffe sweater. I'll leave it at that. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't going to say. I was just going to ask you. So, what about that answer about her being with, being with women before makes you think that answer kind of turned him off?
Oh, you could tell his facial expressions while he was hearing it. And to me, now again, me and you had this conversation because I asked you and I said, you would have been smiling on the other side of that room. He would have been smiling. He would have been like, oh, my girl like girls? Like, oh, yeah, I could definitely see that. Devin is not that. He literally, if Virginia and him got married, I would totally not be surprised because, like you said, her answer, like she sees herself pregnant and carrying the baby, like their other child, while she working in a concession stand at the school while he's coaching the basketball team on the court, blah blah blah. Like they little happy family. Brittany, on the other hand, he's worried she might wake up in 15 years and be like, I actually really want some coochie. And I really want that. I prefer to be with a woman. I don't really, this is no longer satisfying me. And I feel like he's worried that his little picket white fence, you know,
We'll get
house with 2.5 kids might just blow up one day because all of a sudden she realizes, like, actually, I'm not bi, I'm lesbian, and I just was uncomfortable letting people know that for most of my life. So I think that that's what went through his brain, especially the way that she described it. Like she was didn't really want to come out to her family, didn't really want to come out to her friends and things like that. Like she, I'm surprised that she was brave enough to say it, knowing it was going to go on national TV.
well,
You know what I mean?
well, because I think she just came out as just I guess like you said, it's
Vicarious.
vicarious. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that's helped. I think that that turned him off. So I think that that's why he ended up breaking up with Brittany, even though I thought she kind of broke up with him too.
I didn't see how they.
I feel like they kind of broke up with each other. I feel like it was
Yeah.
mutual, and then he ended up going with Virginia.
Right. Which, like I said, I think we both kind of saw that happening too, and they
Yeah.
both ended up just being light skinned as well. So I think
You talking about Virginia and Devin?
yeah, like they was same skin tone and all.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is the first throuple. What was the other one? It was Ben and was it Molly?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So this is the one I was kind of interested in. I can't think. It was
Or no, it was
Dave,
Dave.
Lauren, and Flurry. Molly. Oh, you just said Molly. Okay.
Yeah. So it's Dave who?
Dave, Lauren, and Molly.
And who did Dave end up with?
I think he chose Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren.
Yeah.
So it's Dave, Lauren, and Molly. So those three had like a little throuple too. And Dave, which a lot of people don't like online. People said that Dave was an asshole, and I kind of feel like that too.
But he came out with that in it. I think he
came out with that energy.
He came out and he said like he was straight up
joking.
Well, I don't even know if he was just joking. I know because he's the doctor dude, right?
Yeah, he's like a
like he works like he worked like both. He came in with that and said like he came in and said like he didn't really believe in the experiment, but he wanted to give it a try. He said that he's surrounded by a lot of like superficial women, and that's just that. So that's been like the orbit of his world and stuff like that. And so I feel like he came in with an honest, you know what I mean? And his jokes were kind of, well, you know, because I think he was the one who was going around like on the first date, like, yeah, what's wrong with, so what's wrong with you? Yeah. And it's just like, okay, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you guys are on the show, which I'm not knocking, but you know, it's like, all right, what got you to this point to, you know, do this social experiment to find love, you know?
And no, I agree because personally, for me, that question wouldn't bother me because that matches my sense of humor. I would ask a question like that. So, like, here we are, two single people in pods, can't see each other. What the fuck did we do in our lives to get to this point where we couldn't meet people like in a normal way? Like, it's obviously like an aha moment. So that wouldn't have bothered me. But I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I didn't really pay attention too much, and I think he disappeared for a while too. Until like it was like episodes 3 and 4, he really wasn't in it or something, or 2 and 3 or something like that. Well, then he ended up popping back up. So I really didn't pay attention too much to this couple. So I'm gonna have to leave it up to you. I know that Molly and Lauren were kind of beefing in the room, right, with each other. So wasn't one of them going back and forth on each other back?
So no, so it wasn't like that. So it was. And this is the thing, like I don't know if early on if they showed Dave and Molly together. Like I remember seeing Dave talking to Lauren, but but they would show the girls, like the girls' room in there, and they would show Molly, like Molly was talking,
About her
to
top.
about her top or whatever. Yeah, her top pick, and and she was like, well, and this is how Lauren found out. She was like, well, I'm just so confident in what we're doing. I'll let you guys know. My top pick is Dave. And and Lauren was there, but she wasn't saying nothing, so she was aware that but then David just told her,
Like she
like,
was his number one.
yeah, he was really feeling her, all of that stuff. I don't know if he told her she was his number one. And so it pretty much started from there, and then they started showing Molly and Dave interacting more, which, like I said, they did it very weirdly because they showed that, and then they said we'll go 2 episodes without y'all
And then come back
talking, and
in.
then and then we'll come back in. And so, spoiler alert, Dave ultimately ended up choosing Molly, and I will say I miss Lauren. See, this is why that's why I should be calling her McFlurry. 'Cause I will remember that. Um, he ended up choosing Lauren, and that's the thing, and I missed what the events that led up to it,
Yeah.
but I know that he ended up eventually asking Lauren.
It doesn't really matter. Who cares how they ended up together? Because the real stuff
Well,
starts
yeah,
once they get out of the pods and they
come on.
actually get to interact.
And I would say, and sometimes you have this stuff like, this pods was really, really boring. Um, they did have the two kind of love triangles, but I
It
think
was 3, right? Because wasn't Ben in a love triangle too?
I feel like because there was one dude who pretty much he got broken up with both of his picks. I remember that.
That was Mason.
Oh, was
Did
that
Mason
Mason?
end up with anybody? Hold on,
I
let me
don't
look
know.
at the
I think he
list
left
real
I
quick.
think he got off the show. I don't know.
So we got Monica and Joey. They got engaged right away at the beginning, so
Yeah.
we didn't really see them anymore. You got Sarah and Ben. And Ben was the one who gave that weird ass answer about Black Lives Matter, right?
Was that him?
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah. Then you got Lauren and David. You got Virginia and Devin. You got Taylor and Daniel.
Who?
Yeah. So Mason never made it. He didn't
Okay.
make it.
So that was the one who like he was supposed to make a choice and the girls made it for him.
Yeah.
And they said, "We'll just
So
go home."
yeah, there was a lot going on for them. Yeah. So
Mm,
I'm looking forward to the actual couples. Honestly, my tradition when watching Love Is Blind, except for seasons 1 and 2, I always usually just kind of skip through the pods episodes and get down to the couples. And then once the couples they do their pre-honeymoon, then that's usually when I get really
really tune in.
invested. So I'm looking forward to the next couple episodes. I'm just curious as to how many episodes are going to be for this season, or if they're going to cut like the second half really short. Because I'm like, the best parts is when they living together and you can see them with their friends and family and they fighting about stupid shit. Like that's the best part.
Well, I feel
So
think
I
like
really go ahead.
oh, I know. I was just gonna say, do you think they'll just do like longer episodes?
Maybe what I wish that would have happened is I wish that the pods would have been 2 episodes or maybe even 2.5 episodes, and then they would have did 3 episodes of them being on
A honeymoon?
vacation on
Yeah.
the pre-honeymoon. That would have been perfect. And then after that, episode 7 starts where they're moving back to Minnesota or flying back to Minnesota, and then start living together and then planning for their wedding. Anything else you got to say?
You know what? I wish I had a lesson for you guys this week, but tighten your pants, wear them around your waist, um, and be warm.
But love is blind.
Oh.
What is this?
Love is blind. Wait, what did I done forgot the question now? Is it
I was
what
just
did I?
asking anything else for
Oh,
love
if
is
I just
blind
want to,
that you got it.
I wanted to do the learning lessons. Okay,
Right.
no, yeah, I got nothing else. This is staying in, by the way.
Please
Okay,
don't stop. Okay. So this episode 2 has already been super long. It's probably gonna be way longer than our first episode, which is okay. Hopefully you guys are gonna stick through it. This is the last part. I just want to do a little quick political update because I do listen to my podcast every single morning. So I just like to keep updated on what the hell our president is doing in this country right now. So first, I learned that Elon Musk has come from a family of Nazis. I learned that his grandparents or great grandparents, don't quote me on which is which, came from Toronto and purposely moved to South Africa because there was a German town there of Nazis. You know,
Oh,
the
like
people.
purposely?
Yes,
They
they
purposely moved there?
purposely moved there. So I want to say it was his grandparents that must have moved there because this was post World War II. These Nazis left Germany, ended up moving to South Africa, ended up building like a mining town or something like that, and his grandparents ended up moving there, and that's where he actually went to school. So he was essentially raised by Nazis and people who believed in this terrible genocide of other cultures and races and things like that. And this is the way why he behaves that he this is why he acts the way he acts now. And this is why we should not have been surprised when he did that salute
He did it
on
twice.
inauguration day. This is ingrained in that man's brain. This is learned behavior. So that is one. Two, Eric Adams. Come on, y'all. How are we out here publicly saying that we are going to just out in the open, like, say, if you suck my dick, essentially, and do everything that I tell you to do, I will rub your back as well. Like, we're doing quid pro quo out in the. This used to be private. This used to be done secretly and not for the public. Nobody used to know about this stuff. Our politicians used to have some type of decorum, some secrecy. That is out the window.
Do you not see who our president is?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I get it. People want honest politicians. Honestly corrupt? That's what you want? You want the corruption outside in the public? Because that is what it is right now. We essentially have the mayor of New York saying, I did some bad stuff. I don't want to be prosecuted for it. I don't want to go to jail for it. So, hey, if you just get these people to sign this paper saying that they're going to drop the charges, then I will go ahead and let all of these ICE agents come into New York and I'll let them pick up all illegal immigrants and pick up people that might not even be illegal immigrants and just do whatever the hell they want to do in my city so that I can save myself. And I'm not going to be afraid to let everybody else that is in the United States know that I'm doing this because there are no longer consequences. And that is the world that we're living in right now. And you have Trump supporters who are okaying this. And that is a problem. I really want to sit... I really want to sit down with y'all and I want you to give me a reason why this is okay. Okay? 2, unemployment rate. All of these goddamn federal jobs are gone for lots and lots of people. I am curious because the federal unemployment or the unemployment rate for the country dropped in January. So I'm curious as to see what it's going to look like by the summer because people are losing their jobs. That people are being companies that lost their federal grant fundings. They lost their jobs. I know people personally that know people or themselves have lost their jobs or they don't know if they're going to have jobs in the future because of the stuff that's happening. The unemployment rate is going to go up. How is that helping the economy? I need people to tell me that. How is that helping the economy? What are we doing how is that benefiting us at the end of the day is what I'm trying to figure out. So Trump supporters, tell me, how is Trump making people quit their jobs, forcing people to quit their jobs because they tweeted about him in 2016 or because in 2020 they talked about how terrible he handled the pandemic and blah, 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 because he wants them out because they're not going to kiss his ass and be a yes man. All of a sudden they no longer are qualified for their job. Tell me how that is okay with you. Tell me how you can agree with that. Okay? And then my last one. And then if you want to add anything to it, babe, go ahead. How the fuck? No, I'm sorry, I got 2 more. 1, how the fuck are you, Trump, gonna get on the phone with goddamn Putin and negotiate about fucking Ukraine without Ukraine being there? How you gonna sit here and make deals about me, motherfucker, when I'm not even in the goddamn room? You cannot sit here and make negotiations about somebody else's country and they are not in the room. And then you gonna get on the phone afterwards and call the president of Ukraine and be like, yeah, I talked to Putin. We worked this out. You're just gonna have to do X, Y, and Z pretty much. Take it up the ass and then everything will be okay. Like, how the fuck is that okay? Again, Trump supporters, what are your opinions on this? I really genuinely want to hear how you think that this is good. And then my last one, I promise this is my last one. How the fuck do you think that you can remove people from their homeland, make them go to other countries? Literally what you're saying that you don't want people to do in the United States. You don't want people coming from other countries to the United States to come live here as refugees. But you're going to go and threaten all the other countries like Jordan and Egypt and say, you're going to take all of these Palestinians. You're going to make them come. You're going to make them come and live in your land because you want to take Gaza and you want to turn it into a destination resort.
Is that really the goal? I don't know about this story.
Yes, he's talking about he's going to build up the land up. He's going to take it. And take this land. He's going to remove all of the people from there. So people whose homes are there, that's like saying, like, I'm going to go to Chicago and I'm going to remove everybody from Chicago. Pack your shit up right now. I don't care if you own anything. I don't care if this is where you are employed. Get your shit and get out. Go to, New York or California or Georgia, whatever. Go to any neighboring states, but you got to get the fuck out of Chicago because I now want to tear Chicago down and make it into my dream city. That is what this man has said that he wants to do to people's homes, to people's lands, to somewhere where you have no say-so over. You have no authority over this area. You say you're going to take it and you're going to build it up and you're going to make it a great destination. It's going to be a great place. No. Trump supporters, again, tell me, how are you supporting this? How is this good? How can you really sit here and say that you agree with this? And if you do, it's because you're fucking stupid. I'm done.
I just want to throw in one thing. And y'all gotta stop giving Nick Cannon such a hard time. Elon Musk got 13 kids with like 4 or 5 different women. All right. And he do got a little more bread than Nick, but y'all over here giving Nick a hard time. Elon doing the same damn thing. So lay off this black man, get on this white man who's actually getting access to all of our personal information, by the way. And it's part of the government. And so yeah, get on Elon, give Nick a break. But Nick, careful out there, man. All right, wrap up.
Sure. Okay. All right. Thanks, babe. Okay. So let's wrap up the episode really quick so we can be done because we started recording several hours ago and we're still going. So we got a lot to edit and cut out.
We do.
Anything you want to say about A$AP Rocky, our San Antonio trip, 2-year anniversary, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Love Is Blind, anything like that?
No, I will say this. We got 2 years in, babe. I can't wait for another 2 to go.
That's it. That's all we got. We got 4, y'all. That's my limit. Then I guess I'm out of here.
Then we move on. No. Then we got re-up, Nah, I ain't got nothing.
Okay, cool. All right, then that's it. Don't forget, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
This episode should be coming out. I'm not going to give us a date because I don't want to hold us to it. It will be out shortly after recording this today, and because I'm going to get on you about editing, and I'm going to be on it too about editing. And then, yeah, we're going to try and record a little more often. So hopefully we'll be back in a week. But if not, we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. So have a good one. Stay informed.